Hello and welcome. I'm pleased to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to this online learning journey. In the world of modern hospitality, there's this powerful, almost invisible force that separates a good experience from a truly unforgettable one. It's called anticipatory service, and today we're going to explore how mastering it can absolutely define your career. Let's dive in. So let's start with this quote, because it really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. This is our guiding principle. It's about a fundamental shift in thinking, moving away from simply responding to requests to always being one step ahead of your guest. Think about it. It's the difference between you having to ask for a quiet room and arriving to find you've already been given one. That is the new standard of excellence we're aiming for.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by defining this new standard, and then we're going to break it down into its three core pillars: information, execution, and of course the vital human element. And finally, we'll see how these pillars all come together to create a powerful emotional connection with your guests. Sound good? Let's get started.
All right, Section 1, the new standard of hospitality. You see, in today's really competitive market, just good service, that's just the baseline. The new benchmark for excellence is making that critical shift from a reactive mindset where you're waiting for guests to ask for something to a proactive one where you create a seamless experience before they even have to think about it.
So, let's get a really clear definition on the table. Anticipatory service isn't just about good manners. It's an entire strategy. It's all about using insight to predict what a guest might need and then delivering it before they even ask. For the guest, the whole experience should feel, effortless, almost like magic. But for us, on the inside, it's a very carefully executed plan.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this comparison draws such a clear line in the sand. On one side, you have reactive service. That's your baseline. You solve a problem when it comes up, you bring extra towels and someone asks, you meet expectations. It's fine. But anticipatory service, that is a whole different ballgame. You're preventing problems before they even happen, you're fulfilling needs the guest hasn't even said out loud yet. This is how you move from just meeting expectations to creating genuine delight.
So, the big question is, how do we predict the future? Well, it's not magic, it's information. This is our first pillar. It's all about gathering and intelligently using data. It's about becoming a bit of a detective, really, collecting all the clues that paint a rich picture of your guest long before they ever walk through your doors.
And these right here, these are your tools of prediction, your CRM, your customer relationship management system that holds all the guests' history. Booking details give you clues about their current situation. Are they a family with kids or a solo business traveler? But you should never underestimate the power of simple, careful observation. A passing comment someone makes or just a tired look on their face, that can often be the most valuable clue of all. And here's where that concept really comes to life. It's such a simple thing, right? But just think about the powerful message it sends to the guest. It says, "We remember you, we know what you like, and we've already taken care of it." That one small, proactive gesture builds an incredible amount of trust and loyalty.
Okay, so having all that information is one thing, but acting on it, that's everything. Our second pillar, coordinated execution, is all about turning those insights into a perfectly choreographed, seamless experience for the guest. So what does that actually look like in practice?
This communication flow is absolutely critical. You see, it begins even before the guest arrives, when you're confirming their needs. Then, internally, that information has to be shared effectively so that every single department is on the same page. The room is then prepared based on all that shared knowledge, and, this is really important, you follow up afterwards to learn and refine the process for next time. It's a continuous cycle of improvement.
And you have to remember this, because it's crucial. Anticipatory service is a team sport. It is never, ever the job of just one department. The front office might get the initial insight, but it's housekeeping that prepares the room just right, and food and beverage that notes a dietary preference. Any breakdown in that communication chain completely breaks the experience for the guest.
And let's be really clear about the role of technology here. Your CRM and your property management systems are incredibly powerful tools. They're like the brain of the operation, holding all the data and flagging requests. But they are just tools. It's the empathy, the observation, and the proactive judgment of your staff that's the heart of the operation. That's what truly brings anticipatory service to life.
Which brings us perfectly to our third and, you could argue, most important pillar, the human element. You can have the best data and the smoothest processes in the entire world, but without the right culture and the right mindset from your team, you will simply never achieve true anticipatory service.
This is what that winning mindset really looks like. It's about empowering your team to make decisions on the spot. It's about understanding the context of a visit. What does this specific guest need on this specific day? It's about having a keen eye for the small details and personalizing the experience to show that you see them not as a room number, but as an individual.
So here's a perfect real-world example of what empowerment looks like. An agent sees a guest who's clearly had a long, tiring journey. They don't wait to be asked for something, and they don't run off to find a manager for approval. They are empowered to take initiative right then and there and offer a simple refreshment. That small, human gesture can completely change the entire tone of a guest's arrival.
So, we've covered the what and the how. Now we finally get to the why. Why do we go to all this effort? Well, the ultimate goal isn't just about being efficient. It's about creating something much, much deeper. Emotional resonance.
This is the feeling we are trying to create. When a guest feels truly understood, genuinely cared for, and completely free from worry, they can just relax. They trust you. At that point, you haven't just provided a room, you've provided a sanctuary. And that, right there, is the very essence of exceptional hospitality.
And if you're wondering about the business case for all this, well, look no further. Notice the huge difference here. Standard reactive service might get you guest satisfaction, and that's okay. But anticipatory service, that creates loyalty. And loyalty is the guest who comes back again and again, the one who tells their friends, the one who writes those glowing online reviews. It has a direct and very measurable impact on your success.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the most crucial takeaways. First, anticipatory service is a proactive strategy, not a reactive one. Second, it's built on those three pillars: information, coordination, and an empowered human element. Third, always remember that technology is a powerful assistant, but it never replaces empathy and the human touch. And finally, the ultimate goal is to forge an emotional connection that turns satisfied guests into loyal advocates for life. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As you move forward in your careers, as you become the future leaders in this industry, I want you to carry this question with you. Don't just think about the service you can provide when you're asked. Think about the needs you can meet before they are ever expressed. What unseen need will you be the one to meet for your very next guest? Because that, right there, is where you will find true excellence.